Hello, everybody. Welcome back. It's been a while since we did a video, which was obviously, I think, when Scott Parker was announced. So, yeah, it's been probably a good month. But however, the season is back for us Monday. However, everybody else this weekend. But it should be a good one. I'm glad to see some actual football back and hopefully a positive campaign for the Clarets. I'm honoured as always for everybody who comes and gets involved in the chat. So thank you very much. Please keep that happening. Also, if you could, please drop a like on the video, share it and subscribe if you can, and let people know to check us out. I am also joined with the wonder, my bald brother from another mother. It's ASHY. How you doing?
All right, yeah, good. Excited and apprehensive. Can't even talk. I'm that excited. I'm nervous. Yeah, I'll be doing a lot of nervous wheeze and poos over at weekend, I think.
Oh, definitely. If it's not the beer, then it's definitely going to be the football.
Yeah, I'll tell
I
you.
mean, what have you made of Scott Parker's appointment? What have you made of that?
I must admit, I'll be honest, I was overwhelmed with it. It wasn't my first choice. However, as soon as we appointed him, I was right behind him. You've got to get behind him. But I like it. I like the way he's come across. I like the way he's talked about the club, his vision. Signing Gunmunton straight away was, I think, a solid move because Gunmunton's still got legs in him, and he's a leader behind closed doors as well. So yeah, he's singing all the right notes, if you will, for me. And I know we haven't seen much for pre-season. I watched the game the other day.
Oh,
And
wait,
we played some good football at times. It was sloppy. I mean, it's a pre-season, and you can't make too much of what went on in that game. But yeah, we played some good football. Foster's goal. He's going to be
nice
this season. Yeah,
I hope so. I hope you're right.
Yeah. I think he'll be an absolute baller, and I can't pronounce the new striker we've got name. Like,
Andreas?
Is
this what Andreas Tonji or something like that? It's mad.
He looked all right when he came on.
Yeah, a bit of an handful, weren't he?
Yeah.
A bit of an handful. Just want to say a massive hi to a few people in the chat. Alan's in. It's hard and hope all is well with you and yours. Here we go again. Indeed. Afternoon to Henry as well. Me, Kate, the kids are all good. All is good in the hood. It's the 6-week holidays, so there's stressful moments, probably more than there is smiling, happy moments, especially when they go to bed. That's when probably the smiles come back. And a massive thank you to Henry as well for sending £20, which it really does, like I say, it really does help. Good luck to the Clarets this season. Let's see how their season pans out. It's going to be a bumpy ride. But no, VK and others can change Burnley survive. I hope we do survive. If anything, VK was the reason why we didn't. When we look back now, and tomorrow, obviously, I think people will get the chance to see that when Mission to Burnley 2 comes out. Because those, I mean, actually, I'm guessing you've seen the trailer. It looks explosive, doesn't it?
Yeah. I mean, quite possibly very well edited, especially for the trailer. I mean, editing a trailer is to get people's interest, but there's how much it was edited where you can see VK absolutely going ballistic on him, and then you can see Bess up on the balcony watching in disgust and worried. He's really, really going at him, and you could tell he'd lost the dressing room. You could just the way he was speaking to the players, and that's all what you see off the trailer. Because I must say, when it was announced, I was like, do I really want to watch that? But now it's going to be like, get the popcorn out.
Oh, massively.
And yeah. VK, it was a legend in my eyes, but I think he is. The more you see it, is more he's tarnished his name with us, especially after the season.
Couldn't have said it any better. That promotion season,
best season ever.
Yeah, promised us the world. proper bought into what we were doing. And then obviously last season we just died from the get-go. To be fair,
mistakes.
I feel like a muppet, and I'm probably not the only Burnley fan to feel like a muppet, because we didn't get on his back. We didn't get on his back. We didn't say that he should go. We realised that there's a There's a project. Let's just see how this season pans out, and then we'll go from there. And yeah, as soon as it went south, he went to Germany. So it's just madness.
I'll roll in. I'll roll in with Vinny. I was like, when you pretty much knew we were going down, I always said with Sean Dash, if we went down under Sean Dash, I'd have been still behind him. But I think he did go at the right time. I think for him and for the club. Obviously, we got Vinny in. But, I think if Vinny had still been here, we'd have lost. Zahari and Benson would have gone. They want to come back after the summer training. I think there's been a hell of a lot of walkouts. I mean, he said it all, like, Gudmundsson weren't even contemplating renewing his contract. I don't think Jay were going to renew it, but as soon as VK goes, Jay resigns, and then Gudmundsson pretty much comes back. Yeah. So it said a lot, did that.
It does. I mean, it's obviously going to be difficult. We've never been a team that delves into the foreign market, which we all knew about. Then we've got the fact that we've got a lot of foreign players now. That probably doesn't help. You're probably going to get miscommunication.
Yeah.
His company saying one thing to these players that he's brought in himself, who he can speak to fluently in their language, but yet to English lads, it's almost like, let's whatever. Because obviously Jack Cork got cast to one side. This is a player who's been an absolute stalwart for us and had just had his nose shoved out for nothing. After he was one of probably what up there. Well, Cork and Cullen were solid in the Championship,
and technically he was our captain. As much as I love Brownhill, he probably should have been rotated out way before he actually was. And but I mean, Cullen right at the beginning of the season looked out of his depth. It's only when he came back in, he'd had that time of like training with the lads and getting up to speed. When he came in, it was a hell of a difference. Like, but Cork would have been able to slot it in straight away because of his experience.
Yeah, massively. Massively.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously we've had players going out. I mean, keepers wise, we've had Vigoro go to Swansea. Muric has now gone to Ipswich. Yeah, same. Then we've just had today. We've had Samuel Bastian's made a permanent move.
Yeah, just seen that one.
Fortuna Sittard. And this is one where I'm probably going to get caught out by people online. But Darko Cherlinov, again, I don't know why we've loaned him out and it's not a permanent move. But we've loaned him out to Jagiellonia Bialystok, I think it's pronounced. I'm not sure, but it's some team in the Polish leagues, and he's going to spend a season out there on loan. Whether he's going to come back a better player, he had a chance with Schalke. He's now gone out to Poland. Again, there's a lot of players in this squad. Personally, I think company panic bad. Panic bought a few of them.
Majority of our wingers.
Well, yeah.
Although saying true. That, the current squad we've got, it is too big, and it does concern me. But the current squad we've got, I wouldn't say it's hands down the best team at Championship, but some people might be saying yes, it is. But we're definitely top three. Definitely with the squad we've got, it's whether this is where if Parker, the pressure's on Parker, can get this talented bunch playing. I think he will. I think there's too much talent in that team, not for us to be pushing for promotion, if not winning the thing outright. But this is where I'm apprehensive and nervous, like, because under Vinny first season, it was like, it is what it is, isn't it? You know, brand new team, blah, blah, blah. Give him time to build the players and everything, like, and then that's a good call as well from Alan, bring back ASHY. Yeah. Yeah, I think, although I don't, it's one of those you wouldn't deny it, would you? As a signing, you'd be like, yeah, ASHY's back, but would he actually get into the team at this moment?
No. It is a tough one. Ryan says it here. I hope you're well, Ryan. He says it's a results-based business, and Parker struggled with consistency in his managerial career, if I'm not mistaken. I mean, he has. He's got the 2 promotions with Fulham and Bournemouth, but I think at Bournemouth I think they got beat 9-0 at Liverpool, and he came out afterwards and he called out the chairman that I've not been backed, I've not been given. I've not got enough quality in this squad. He basically threw his players under the bus. And this ain't just what I've read online. I've had this clarified by a Bournemouth fan. If you watch that Scott Parker interview that I did with Craig, a Bournemouth fan, he was saying how much he's a madman. He's a madman. At half-time, he gives a very good half-time team talk, and players come up for that second half like a completely different team. He said, but the next game, when you expect them to fight like they did in that second half, they don't. They revert back to tap. He said, so you do get these little moments. However, I think he's inheriting quite a very good young squad.
Yeah.
Obviously, we are going to try and get rid of a few more. I'd be absolutely gutted to lose Sanderberg. I really don't want to lose him at all. But it is looking like there's a bidding war between Manchester United and Fenerbahce. So Mourinho and Ten Hag both are battling it out for our prized asset in midfield.
Yeah.
But I mean, what would you take for Sanderberg? I mean, I know we're trying to hold up for around 30, but I don't know. For me, I'd say
nothing less than that.
No.
Yeah, nothing less
than that. I'd have said around 28 with add-ons maybe or something like that. But
well, I'd take less if there was add-ons. That's or like a percentage of the sell on, but you know, going to United, could you actually see him getting into that team? I mean, we know how good he is, but it is a step up playing at that level. I think he could do.
Oh yeah, I think he could. I don't think going to Turkey would be best for him. I think if he does go there, it's a money move.
Although playing under Mourinho it's also. I mean, I know Mourinho's been found out really, but he's still a great coach.
No, that is true. That is true. Alan says, I've stayed away from all pre-seasons ins and outs. I find it very annoying. Speculation on who's coming in. I wait till the day of the first match to catch up on what's what, and that's fair. Everyone's got their own ways of means of doing it. But yeah, we've signed Tonje, Lucas Pires, Vaclav Haladke, Etienne Green, who came in yesterday from Saint Etienne. Good young keeper. Who'd be your number one for next season then? Because obviously we don't know what the situation is with Trafford. It's looking like potentially signing 2 keepers. There must be some sort of reason.
Yeah. Well, I think Trafford at the Championship level, I think, would be a very good goalkeeper. However, I suppose it depends on how Parker plays. Is he going to play a bit like Vinny and play out from the back? Then you'd have to say I can't pronounce his name. The first keeper we signed.
Hladke.
Hladke, that's the one. I mean, Ipswich fans really raved about him, and he's meant to be very similar to Muric in
they said he's like Muric but older.
Yeah. So I would imagine that he will be our number one if. Well, it's where the Trafford stays was. I mean, some of the cryptic things he was posting online, I thought were a bit disrespectful. But on the flip side, how much crap is he had off the Burnley fans? You know, you cannot. he's a young lad, and you play only so much you can actually take, and it's the way he's giving it back. Like, but I don't know. You've got to really be a bit more professional about that,
Yeah, you
especially
do.
like to the team that pays your wages.
100%. I can't fault his confidence. You know, if you were a player and you think you tell yourself you're the best, then you've got to go out and prove that you're the best. That's the issue we've got with Trafford. It's all well and good saying that you are the best, but then you need to back it up. I mean, Dan Milner says here, hope you're well, pal. He says Trafford didn't even make the bench against Cadiz, so surely he's going. But why is it taking so long to get rid of these guys? I think it's probably more the structure of the deal, and I don't know whether it's true or whether it was online, but apparently we hired somebody to deal with our outgoings.
Yeah, I've seen that today.
And something to do with Burnley were not happy with the way they were dealing with it, so they've got rid of this person, and they're going to deal with it themselves. I mean, I can try and find out tonight, because there is a fan board meeting tonight, so fingers crossed, a bit more information, and I'll be able to put things into a video for you guys, let you know parts of what I can say and what I can't say. Obviously, I can't say some things because, well, I don't want a court case on my hands. And secondly, I'll make sure that I can get, is that okay to tell? Is that okay to put out? So we'll find out. However, we are away from home. Obviously, I mean, the pitch behind you is green. Hopefully, it is come 17th when we play Cardiff, and because since we've done the pitch up and new Desso pitch, but away at Luton on a Monday night. Again, two teams that came straight down.
Yeah.
Rob Edwards seems to have a settled squad, doesn't he? That came down. He's added a little bit of here and there, but we're the one that are having to strip back, losing players, signing newbies. What do you make? What do you make of it? How are you feeling going into it?
I think one thing I do not fancy our chances, like, but I'm quite happy about is Barkley's not there anymore.
Yeah, that's a big loss.
He was instrumental to them. Well, I mean, I didn't watch Luton that often, like, but when I did watch him, you know, Barkley always looked a solid player. He was like one of those, why didn't we go in for him? kind of thing. But it won't be an easy game at all.
No.
When we played him in Championship, I think it was second game of season, because I was on holiday because I didn't get a chance to go to that one. But we drew 1-1, didn't we? I remember.
Yeah.
Brownhill scored a screamer, and then we 1-0 at their place. But it was a really, really, really tight game, and I think we just scabbed it with a penalty or a free kick. My memory serves. But yeah,
Brownhill scored on the 50th minute. And then they scored 5 minutes in. They went 1-0 up. Unless I'm looking at the wrong year. I'm looking at 2002. No, 2022.
Yeah, because last year we beat them 2-1 at their place, and we drew 1-1 because they scored that absolute bonkers of a goal where Trafford absolutely wiped out, and the referee didn't even consider it as a foul.
Yeah, that season we went up, we beat them 1-0 away. Ashley Barnes penalty, 78th minute.
Yeah, I thought it was a penalty.
Yeah. Looking at the stats, we weren't really on it that day, but I mean, what have you made of Luton? Obviously, there were a lot of people's underdog team. You know, for when, you know, we thought if we go down, if Luton stay up, fair play to them. They've done what we've done over the years, which is keep the bulk of the starting 11, add that little bit of experienced Premier League quality, and it nearly paid off for them. I mean, do you think they'll be up there again? A lot of people are writing them off, thinking, no, they're going to be, sorry to say it, Ryan, but like a Huddersfield or a Blackpool, they're going to have that one stint and then probably stay around the Championship for a bit. They've managed to keep the bulk of that squad apart from Barkley.
Yeah.
It's a very tough decision. Very tough call.
Manager. When we were in the hunt for a new manager, if Rob Edwards had come to us, I wouldn't have been unhappy about it, because what he's done with that squad. And at one point, we never looked like we were going to stay up in the Premier League. Luton, however, did, and it's I wouldn't write them off. Put it this way: will they go straight back up? It's like, will we go straight back up? The Championship is such a tough league, but thankfully we're going to be at the upper end of that league. So be winning more than that and gaining more points than actually drop. I'm hoping. I don't want that coming and back and biting me.
Well, so apparently they're very, very, very injury hit already before the season starts.
Yeah, I believe so. Yeah.
I was watching somebody's podcast the other day, and they mentioned how depleted their squad is at the moment due to injuries. I mean, I think they've only made 2 signings so far, which is Shandon Baptiste on a free from Brentford and a young right back called Ruel Walters from Arsenal. But they've lost Barclay, Ryan Giles to Hull, and Jake Berger to Rochdale. They've loaned out a good few players as well. Dion Pereira, Jack Walton, Jacob Pinnington, Axel Pearsold, which these are probably all players that, young, get them some game time. So there are a few players out of contracts, but I'm guessing, obviously, from this, I don't know whether they've signed permanent contracts now permanently or what. One thing I did want to mention about Luton is they've kept the home shirt from last season for this season as well, which a lot of clubs, personally, I think should do. You should be able, for the price you pay for kits these days, the home kit, I think changing your away kit, and third kit maybe, but keep the home kit for 2 seasons. I think it works better.
Yeah.
You can get sponsors on a 2-year contract so that you're not having to change. And if you do change, you've got maybe a buyout clause in case you get promoted and you can chase a bigger sponsor.
Yeah.
But then it makes it fairer for the fans, don't you think?
Yeah. Well, I mean, our shirts have gone up, haven't they? I mean, I remember the day where I used to go down and get
£45.
Yeah. Well, I used to go down and get mine and my son's. I mean, he's a lot older now. So he's in adult size. But I think I used to spend about 40, 50 quid, and that was like 2 shirts and numbers on backs and stuff like that. But now it's, I think, 55 for this one.
60.
Bloody hell. You say I got it bought as a gift, so I go down and buy it.
60. I mean, I've got my birthday coming up at the end of the month. Well, I'll say end of the month, 24 for this month. So I'm hoping, obviously, when the third one gets unveiled, I might get that. I'm going to treat myself to the away one. We'll see. And then I've got all 3. I don't like the keeper kits this year. I think they're a bit bland.
Yeah. Yeah,
it just looks like a general blue T-shirt with flaming badge logo and sponsor. That's it. It's a bit crap, but
who buys keeper tops unless you're a keeper?
Well, yeah, there is that. What are you saying then for this Luton game? Do you think, obviously, based off what you saw against Cadiz, do you think we're ready for it? I mean, we have to be. I know it's a stupid question. We have to be, but from a perspective, we thought we were going to see a lot of change when Parker came in, but it looked very similar to what we've been playing previously, with maybe just the odd tweak here and there.
I think the team that you saw the other day, I think that's pretty much going to be our starting lineup. Maybe if Berg is going, you won't see him at all. But if he is going to stop, which I probably don't think he will. 6-0. I love his confidence. I take that now. I do probably think that will be. Oh, in fact, is Collie Orshaw out? Because didn't he come off injured?
No, they took him off precautionary, but it was just cramp. It was just cramped.
I mean,
So I mean, he hasn't had
I think,
much football with being out for a season. It's gonna take him a while to get up to speed.
yeah,
But
still looks wicked, doesn't
yeah,
he? He's good. He's going to threaten teams. Is that lad? Who realistically do you think we're going to actually lose though out of this team?
what for selling or loan wise?
Yeah, because Ipswich keep knocking on our door. They think
Yeah, I mean they're after O'Shea now, aren't they?
yeah, we kind of gifted them Muric. I don't know the full ins and outs of the price that we actually received for him, but Ipswich fans are saying they've done us over with how cheaply they got him. Oh,
Yeah, that's
but
not good.
no, but I know. I think the difference with Muric, and I might be wrong on this, but he didn't come back after pre-season, did he? He had no intentions of coming back to us. I mean, that's the
Yeah.
rumours I've heard.
Well,
So,
to be fair, on his Instagram, he was sharing where he were about like all over different areas. I think he'd like back in his own country and stuff like that.
yeah.
But
So if you got an unhappy player, get shut. I've always said that. Like, but
yeah,
with O'Shea, I'm assuming he still wants to play for us because that's why we're playing hardball. And same with Berg.
yeah. I mean, there were a lot of rumours of Esteve, going. We've only just confirmed him as a permanent signing this season. A tricky one. A name I'll mention. He probably won't even remember he's still here. But Mark Trezor.
Oh yeah,
It's a strange. He seems to his name is still there, but is this guy even
yeah.
real? Like, where is it? Nobody knows.
He's another one. Like I say, these are rumours, and but when Burnley have posted all these pictures of them training, lads together, this that other, I can't remember ever seeing Trezor there. So, and I heard rumours that he's not returned. He had no intentions of coming back. But what I don't understand is he didn't set the Premier League alight. So
No.
who's going to come in and buy him? Vinny's not
Exactly.
going to come and buy him, is he? From
Exactly.
Munich.
I think what he needs to do is knuckle down and show that he can play in a championship season to show that he's good enough. And if he doesn't, then well, that's on his head really. If he thinks he's really big bollocks, then that's his issue. So I don't know how do I put this? A lot of players are going to get second chances. Obviously, like we said earlier, there was rumours that there's a rift company and players. I think from what we've seen ahead of tomorrow's launch of Series 2, it looks quite evident that he was very much turned into a not arrogant potentially, or very bossy and demanding to the point where players are like, "Hold on a minute, you were, parading us last season, and now you're all over us like everything we do is wrong." So, what players are you looking forward to seeing get given a second chance? Obviously, we had a few players back up from on loan. So Zarori's back in there.
Yeah.
We've got potentially Benson's going to get a second crack of the whip. Twine, we don't know what's happening there because obviously there's big links to him going back to Bristol City and us getting Tommy Conway. I mean, what do you make of it? Who can you see getting a second chance? Because from what I've seen so far, all I've seen is that Scott Parker seems to really, really like Scott Twine.
Well, when you can take a free kick like a penalty, his accuracy with that, you've got. It's something that we don't really have running deep in that team. I mean, I know Gunmunson can take a good free kick and a good corner. Brownhill concerns me. Every time he gets behind the ball for a free kick in the corner, you think, yeah. So Twine gives you options in that respect. And his first season for us, he had a really strange illness / injury, didn't he? So we didn't really see anything of him. But he came from a league below the Championship, didn't really play that many games in the Championship, and then in the Premier League. So we haven't seen enough of him. So I'd like to see him stay around and see what he's about, really, because what I have seen of him, he does look a good player there. Benson, will he be a starter or will he be the super sub? But he will be more. Surely he's got to be more used this season. I think there was a video that Burnley posted, and I'm sure it was Scotty Parker was shouting out, That's why you're here, Benny. That's why you're here." Really cheering him on, because he was just like taking the piss out of his teammates, like just taking them all on. So I think Benson is one I'm probably really more excited about. Zaharia, I'm glad he's back, but
I don't think he got the service against Cadiz, did he? I don't think he got that much service, and it felt like a few people put it on Twitter actually about how there was no overlap. There's no wingers, no like left back or right back overlapping, like Zaroury, to give that option.
Yeah,
Zaroury was sort of a little bit, as much as he stayed out wide like he does, gets the ball, tries to make something of it. But he also needs help there. He can't expect to do everything on his own. So the Zaroury one's a bit of a tough one for me, because I really want him to do well. I really want him to flourish and have a really good season and get a Premier League chance. But I think, again, it's going to be a hard year of learning for a few of them as well.
Yeah, because the Championship season, he faded out towards the end. But in that young lad coming in, playing that many games, because you got to remember, Championship, there's so many additional games, and when you're playing the level of football that we were in terms of intensity, it's going to take it out here, and it's a physical league. So I do think towards the end he looked jaded, and not out of his depth, but not the same player who were like smashing. I mean, that Sunderland away game, that's when Zaharia came into the season, really did announce himself, like with that goal he scored at Sunderland. And towards the end of the season, he was like, was it Benson coming into his own, so he was kind of like taking Zaharia's thunder. But yeah, I'm happy he's back, and I'm looking forward to seeing what he can do. I bet he's hungry as well. But from what I've seen on social media, he sounds like he's hungry, wants to get back, wants to get us singing his song again. Because that Championship winning season, like every time you saw him on camera, like he was singing the song that we all sing to him, like, we're always buzzing. So we have got, and Bayer, if he's fit, I'm hoping to see him back as well, because absolute quality defender in that Championship year. Well, that was an interesting one, though. Did you see the interview with Nathan Teller? And I nearly cried when he said that. So how did it come about?
It's the way he said it as well, weren't it? It's the way he said it about, like, I thought I was going back, like, almost like he wishes he had come back. That's how it sounded, genuinely. Like, I wish I'd have gone back, but it's a sickener, because obviously he's done really well at Leverkusen, and after knowing the ins and outs of why it didn't happen now, I'm more open to it, where before I was a bit like in on the club for it, but it wasn't the club's fault. It was Southampton's fault for hiring an intermediary to deal with that transfer.
Yeah.
And when we hit the fee that they asked for, they still played arseholes with us. So after that, we went, well, no, we've given you what you've asked for. We've finally come to the point of what you've asked for. And now you're saying no. So now you're saying you want more. It's not happening. So that's when it all went south.
Yeah, it's one of those. I mean, how many did he get much game time last season at Leverkusen? I know he was.
I'll have a look.
I don't think he was a regular starter. I know he played because he scored 1 or 2 goals, but I don't think he was, starting name on the team sheet.
He made 24 appearances for them last year and scored 5. It says that the announcer signing a teller on a 5-year contract for a reported fee of 20 million. He made his first appearance on the 2nd of September 2023 in a 5-1 victory against Darmstadt. But yeah, you got to think he had Jeremy Frimpong, who's a Dutch professional right wing back, and he's phenomenal. So he's clearly going to be, he's fighting to get in ahead of Frimpong, and I know he's been linked with a few moves to big clubs and stuff, but would that pave the way for Nathan Teller to play first team football? We shall see. If he's not going to be utilised, I would love to see us speak to Bayer Leverkusen and say, "We'll send him here. He loved it here.
Yeah.
We'll get him playing again."
Yeah.
So again, it's a time will tell, and see how we go.
Because I mean, some of the signings that company made was like really when I got caught up in it all again last season, because the first season we've never had such a season of like transfer announcements, and like the likes of McAnally. I've never even heard of him, like, but we signed this player, then we signed this player, and then we signed this player, and credit to Burnley again is I don't think there's any other club out there who's matching us how we announce signings, regardless of the quality or level of that player. I think it's one thing that we do well as a club. But yeah, last season I was all over this, like, we've signed this player, we've signed that player, like, and then when you actually stop and think about it, it's like, do we really need that player? It's like Trezor. We wanted him in the Championship winning season. Finally got him. He never played him. They're like, yeah. I don't know. Well, I'm excited, apprehensive.
It says what we say. I was just reading what a BBC wrote about relegated teams from last season. They've said last time Burnley won the league, Teller was top goal scorer, and I'm unsure who's going to replace those goals this time in the Championship. You'd like to think Foster's going to be the main talisman. Obviously, we've got Hatonji, whatever happens there. But it says that the squad is very strong. Yeah, I'm doing it. Could find his feet.
He's not an out-and-out goal scorer. Well, he didn't. Trouble is, he was in the Premier League, and you've got to take. He'll get 1 or 2 chances in the Premier League. You got to take those 1 or 2 chances. In Championship, I would like to think he'll probably get 3 or 4 chances in a game. I think Amadou is probably one of those players who needs 3 or 4 chances, whereas Foster looks like he'll just score. He's a natural goal scorer. But then our wingers, I mean, if you look at it, Zaire Benson, Audebert and Collie Orshaw, and even with Gulmunton as well, and Redmond, there's goals in them, especially at this league.
Well, yeah, massively. I mean, Redmond's another one. He's 29 now?
Dogs in the background. Having a right good scratch.
Why not? But like Redmond, obviously, he got injured. We've got Ramsey to come back from injury as well.
Yes, keep forgetting about Ramsey. He had a real good season for Middlesbrough Championship.
Yeah.
very good creative youngster. Yeah.
I mean, sad loss to lose Charlie Taylor.
Yeah. Considering we are still short in that position, I mean, I would imagine Vitinha is going to start there this coming Monday, because Perez didn't start against the Spanish team, did he?
No. But Southampton have got Taylor Howard Bellis now. They've got Charlie Taylor from us as well. They've got that fake Chilean reject from Bastards, Southampton. So
yeah,
that's what I'm looking forward to as well. The thing that worries me, it's too early in the season to be playing them.
That.
Way too early.
As soon as the fixtures came out and I saw that one, my heart kind of sank. It was like, if we've not hit form, and well, I suppose form doesn't really matter when it comes to a derby. You know, the players usually raise the game, don't they?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Well,
it's going to be a tough season. I mean, you're clearly going to have two predictions for this question, but where do you think we'll finish this year? Because my head and heart say different things. My head's going, this squad's too talented for the Championship. Straight back up, we'll piss it. But then my heart's saying, just be happy, even if you get in the playoffs. Just be happy to win it via the playoffs or get in the playoffs. You know, first season under a new manager.
Yeah.
You've got players leaving left, right, and centre to, you know, going on to, in their eyes, better things, maybe. And we recoup some money from allowing some git from Belgium to go and splash up the wall. So
yeah.
But that's why the more I look at that business with Muric and Hladky, like Hladky coming to us and Muric going there, I'm like, we've got a keeper that they're saying is very similar, on a free, and yet still made money. So if anything, it's not even that much of a loss.
One thing I think since Pace has come in is he's come in, he's running the club like a business, which you expect. But he's committed to getting the players in. He didn't give a company a blank checkbook. I mean, last season we were one of the top spenders.
Yeah,
spent nearly 100 million. I don't think we spent it outright. I think it was a lot of the value of the players that we got in is like sell-ons and stuff like that, or we buying it in installments. But yeah, I've just seen some of the comments. I think playoffs minimum is what we should. You know, if we don't finish in the playoffs, that's an unsuccessful season for me. But I think, gut feeling, I think we'll be top two. I really do. But
yeah.
You don't know. It's a tough league. I mean, I don't mind Sheffield United as a club and fans, but I can't see them doing much this year. So sorry to Sheffield United fans out there. Don't come and start hating on me.
It's weird because they're doing a rebuild, but they're not really signing.
Yeah.
Like apart from Callum O'Hare on a free, that would decent bit of business because he's a solid player.
Yeah.
Other than that, every other player that I've seen go in there looks like
Yeah. Luton, I think, is going to be up there with us. I don't know what to think about Leeds.
No.
They've
lost a lot of talent. Lost a lot of talent. Somerville, Gray, it's hard.
Yeah, they're a good team, but will they challenge? I would imagine Leeds probably will challenge. But then who else would you say? Coventry.
I'm going to say who's your outsider bet? Who's your outside? If you were to say there's an outsider that potentially makes it? Because we've seen over the years, like Ipswich came, back-to-back promotions.
Luton.
We've seen it in the
Luton
lower,
Luton were the
Bournemouth did
season
it
we
for a
went
while,
on.
didn't they? Went from Division 4 and worked their way back up. So we can see, and the thing is with the Championship, you could have teams that are staring relegation in the face one season, the season after, fighting them up in the playoffs. So is there anybody that you think, just looking from the outside, could do a decent job this season?
Oh, West Brom, you just never know how they're going to go on. Norwich, both teams not long ago since they're in Premier League. My dog's having a rat tears in background. You doing? Come here.
It's tough because you know what I feel like Bristol. I feel like Bristol City, but I just don't think they're going to be in and around it. Hull maybe. But the Championship, there's loads of teams. Pompey might have that, progression to get back to the Premier League again.
Yeah.
After all them struggles financially and stuff. Alan says, "What's the dog called?"
That's Pepper.
Go on, Pepper. Get yourself on camera.
Yeah. She's had enough now. So that's me. I'm going back on my bed after she's destroyed my bed.
Alan says Leeds can go rot. I hate dirty Leeds. Who doesn't? Who doesn't? Big question though. Come Monday night. What's it going to finish? What's the score prediction?
My heart and head says 1-1. I just think beginning of season, I think that's probably one of the toughest. Other than having either Leeds or Bastards, I think Luton's probably the toughest game you could have had as an opener, especially at their place. So yeah, 1-1. I do think, but like we discussed earlier, though, I didn't realise how many players that they had out with injury, so that might favour us. A lot of these lads in our team are going to be playing for the position. They're going to want to impress. Scotty Parker. There's a few there for redemption. So I don't know. You never know with Burnley, do you? We're one of those. We might end up absolutely smashing this league, or we might, do well, but not run away with it.
Yeah, it's a tough one. I'd be happy with a point to start off.
Yeah.
If it is the case, if they are injury hit, we seem to have a fully fit squad. So, well, majority of. So let's try and push for a win. Start off nice and early. Get that win under your belt. We started positively the season before. Sorry, Ryan, again with a 1-0 win away at Huddersfield in the Championship when we were here last time. So
yeah,
let's try. I'd take a scrappy 1-0 again on the opening day. Everyone's an unknown quantity on the opening day. It's a tough one. I mean, I like a bet on the football. And opening days and final days are always the toughest ones to predict because there's battling at both ends and then you don't know what's happening at the start. So yeah, I'll take a 1-0 win.
I'm getting gutted that we have to wait till Monday though. I'd have took tomorrow. I'd start the season rather than having to wait till Saturday. But then, one thing I will say about being back in the Championship, it's like you're pretty much playing 2 games a week, aren't you? Midweek weekend, and it's like if you don't play at home at the weekend, it's usually midweek. Like so, yeah.
Well, yeah, because we've got Luton and then Cardiff on the following Saturday. Then we don't play anyone midweek, but we play Sunderland away on my birthday. Then the week after we got Bastards, And then there's a week off. I think England play Ireland.
I hate international break.
I know. Then we're away to Leeds, then at home to Pompey, then away to Oxford. It's not till, we don't have a midweek game until 1st of October. We'll play Plymouth at home.
Oh, it gives me a bit of a break then.
Yeah. Every other one's a weekend. So apart from this Luton one, every other one's just on a weekend. So it shouldn't be too bad. Emmy says, what's your last 5 results opening day of the season, Dan? I don't know. I mean, obviously, we got beat against City last season.
Yeah.
On the opening day. And the season before that, 1-0 Huddersfield. Then
you're going into the Sean Dyche era of, let's have a look.
Yeah, I'm going to see if I can find it. So, seasons, right? I don't know why I'm now back at 1882. That's a bit crap. That's not last 5. That's last 5 decades. And more.
Correct. So obviously we lost last season, City.
Yeah.
And we beat Huddersfield this season before. 2023. Just give me one bloody. Start that one again. We lost to Brighton. It was the 2022 season, 2-1 to Brighton. We were winning at 1-0 at half time. I do recall we did that a lot that season under Dyche. We were like cruising, and he came out second half, like, yeah, just sit back, lads. And we did sit back, and we just conceded stupid goals. Season before that, we got spanked off Leicester 4-2.
Oh dear.
And then, yeah. But saying that, these Premier League, and then season before that, we smashed Southampton 3-0. So,
happy days.
Yeah.
Happy days. Well, what have you made of the kits anyway? We've not spoken about the kits. We're both wearing this season's home shirt. What have you made of them? What do you make of the home one?
Oh, I love it. Bangers. Absolute bangers. I loved the last season's. I did actually buy the home shirt because I always buy the home shirt.
I like the fit of this year. The fit of it's more open at the bottom. It's not as figure hugging as the last one.
Yeah. More flattering to the dad bod.
Yeah, 100%.
But yeah, I like this home one. Feels very much like it's not too in your face with like anything fancy dancy, but it's very like classic kit. Yeah, I was a bit apprehensive when we're moving from Umbro to Castora. But, yeah, no, they've done the air top's nice. I ain't purchased that one yet, but there you go. Yeah, I have to say, Bale looks like Eminem in that photo.
Yeah, he does today. He does.
Yeah.
And then 5 o'clock today. 5 o'clock today, we get the unveiling. That's all we've been given so far. But at 5 o'clock today is when we will see the 3rd shirt. And from what I've seen, it looked pretty sharp, looked really nice. I think people are going to like it. If not, probably going to be the best one this time round. Alan says it's great. It's a bit looser for the beer belly.
Yeah, I agree on that one. Yeah. The Euros. I don't need an excuse to have a beer like when it comes to football, like. But the season ended and the Euros started, like, and it's like, so yeah, I need to shift some weight before the season starts, but I can't see that happening. It starts on Monday. Dad bod for laugh now.
Yeah, sod it. It's there to stay. Keep you warm. Harry says, feels like last season ended about 3 years ago, so glad to have the match previews back. It's been a while since we've been back, to be fair. I decided to have a summer off as well. I mean, it's hard because you have to dedicate yourself to this whilst also working, being a family man, your relationship, your kids. You know, I used to, when I was out of work, treat this like it was a job. However, now I know I've got to realise that putting food on the table, providing my job that I've got now is better than, obviously, this is a hobby. If this was to pay as much as it does a wage, then I would do this every day of the week, hands down. But unfortunately, it doesn't. But that is the end of this one. It's always tough to do the match previews on the first day of the season because, like I say, everyone's an unknown quantity. You're talking about the signings that no one's really get to see what they're like over the course of a handful of games. I'm hoping next season we'll have a home friendly. That's one thing I'm hoping for. It's been a few years since we had one, so I'm going to mention that tonight. If anyone wants to get in touch, like I say, I'm at the fan board meeting tonight. So if anyone wants to let me know or ask any questions that I can put towards the hierarchy tonight and try and get you an answer, then let me know. Send us a DM, and we'll try and put it down. I'll take everybody's concerns into account. Or if I know the answer to them, I will help out with that. But it is Luton away on Monday night. And football is back. No VAR. Woo!
Oh, yes.
Another plus. Another big plus. So it should be fun. Ashley, thank you for joining me. I really appreciate it. Where can people check you out and support you?
Yeah, you just can hit us up on Twitter under @AMA Claret. So yeah, love talking anything football, especially if it's Burnley. So I'm usually positive. It's very rarely I talk. Here he is. Yes, yeah. I love his graphics work, so I'll keep that up as well, pal.
Yeah, do.
Just hit us up on Twitter if you want to have a bit of banter with football or chat about football. I'm always happy, always about. So and like obviously, Gears on again. Always happy to go on.
100%, mate. 100%. One thing I am going to do if I can, and it lets me. Don't know why, but it's not for some stupid reason. Okay, it's not letting me on my phone. But just a massive thank you to everybody who's become a member of the channel. Really do appreciate it. So thank you very, very much indeed. Massive thank you again to Henry for putting £20 in on the super chat. Really do appreciate it. And like I say, it all massively helps. I'm going to be, whenever I receive that first payment from YouTube, because I haven't just yet, then eventually I'm going to put it into charity. It's not going to me. I ain't going to use it. So it's probably going to go into somewhere local, somewhere that needs it. I'm thinking somewhere like Casual Man's Matters, that doing a lot of work. They're struggling to, all the money they make, they put into classes for people to get better. So the money is put back in there. But I will be doing that instead of actually just, using that money for myself. It's going to be, you're not only supporting me, but you're supporting the work of other people who are working tirelessly to make the world a better place for everyone. And right now, I think that's what we need with all this shitstorm that is happening. Thank you, everyone, for the comments. We are back. We will be back, and we'll keep these coming. If I'm not mistaken, the next time we do a match preview, I'll be on with a Cardiff fan called Nathan. That'll be on the 22nd, Thursday the 22nd. 8 p.m. and I will be live then. Henry, keep smashing it, keep doing what you're doing. But until then, all we've got to say is it's going to be a long old season, one we're looking forward to. But as ever, up the Clarets, ASHY.
Come on, let's do
Go
it.
up, Burnley.